Hello, everyone. Welcome to our R's workshop here with 21 Accents. I'm Amy Walker, actress and accent coach and founder of 21 Accents, co-partner. And these are all of our wonderful coaches and Ian, who's our fabulous administrator. So I'm going to introduce Alex.
Hello, everyone. So welcome to our R's workshop. I'm Alex Brown, actor and dialect coach, and welcome to our workshop for R's.
Yay! And we've got Coach Kate, who's been with us for a year now.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kate. Nice to meet you all, and welcome to the Fabulous R workshop, which will be super helpful for everyone who has problems with R's.
And where are you from, dear?
Oh, yeah, I'm from Melbourne, Australia, so...
And show them that you're from Melbourne, Australia, so that they know that you've actually had to work on your R's as well.
I am from Melbourne, Australia, and the R's have been a journey and a half, but we're here now, so...
So if we've got anyone, we might even just do a tip, particularly for Australians, if you want.
Absolutely, that sounds great.
Cool. And just while I'm on it, Alex, where are you from initially?
I'm from Spain originally. Yeah, I've known Amy for almost 7 years and been teaching with 21 Accents for 5 this August. So
tell them a little bit of something Spanish so that we know that you're not.
Hola, soy Alex y soy de España. And I used to sound like this. No, I'm just kidding. Not quite, but almost.
At some point, I'm sure. But he's been working hard for years and now lives in LA and books work as an actor all the time. It's awesome as a total American. So it's possible. In fact, they both do. Both Kate and Alex. So we know that the techniques work. And now our newest coach, we have Coach Gail Shelley. Gail.
Hi, yeah, I'm Gail Shelley. I'm originally from Santa Barbara, California, and now I'm living in Texas, a whole new world in Texas. And what I bring to the table, I'm an accent coach, but I also have a lot of experience in ESL, English as a second language. And my present project right now is helping an eye surgeon with her presentations for conferences. So I do lectures and speeches and also help with the accent as well. And I'm happy to be here and to help everyone with their R's.
Yay. Thank you, Gail. Great. So as you see, we've got people with a lot of different specialties here. You can, when we're done, you can go to 21 Accents if you're interested in learning more. But today, we're going to dive into some powerful ways that have really helped people to get to the R. That tends to be one of the most challenging sounds for people to get, largely because people learn or are taught to make R with your tongue curling back. Versus this little tiny movement that we do where the back of our tongue is high, like when you're going to say E, and the sides of the back of the tongue are up touching the teeth, your molars, and then the tip of your tongue just scoots back a tiny bit. So it'll be like this. And if you look in a mirror or a video and you can see if you can see that your tongue, the bottom of your tongue, then you'll know, oh, I'm doing the old R. So that can be just that, can be a whole long time of change for people. So don't worry if you're just like, I don't even know what you're talking about, or if it takes you a while. You're in good company. You will get it if you keep working on it. So I'll show you a few ways to get there, and then we'll talk about R at the beginning of the word. But first, we'll just focus on R. We also have a way that that if you want to jump into the call and work with us, you totally can. So this is a lot more fun when I get to work live with a person or when we do. So feel free, and we can just work with you for free right now. And as we're waiting for that, I'll just jump in. So for the R, if you make with your with your tongue. And that, so just say for a moment, E or he. I'll just bring Kate in for a moment just to do it so we've got somebody. Yay, put you on the spot.
Wonderful.
So just go for me. He.
He.
Mm-hmm. Good. And where do you feel your tongue on the sides?
At the sides, it feels raised at the back, like you said, on the molars. And then the front is super relaxed down.
Okay.
Bottom right there.
Yeah. So from there, we don't have very far to go go here. You can see that the middle of the tongue is still, it's not pressed up against the roof of my mouth. It's down a little bit.
Here. Can you see me? Okay.
Yeah.
Here.
Excellent.
Here.
That's wonderful. So the difference, so I'll show you. You might hear here. Not that Kate did that. Hers was great. But if you're hearing something like here, again, that's the old R, or we can call it the bucket R, because it's making like a little bucket for your sound. And you might even hear like a little flip, a little moment when that tongue happens here, versus here. And sometimes, as we did, I actually kept the same note, here, so that it feels more like a tiny movement. Sometimes we miss the fact that it flips if we change notes, by which I mean here is changing notes. So if you keep it the same, here, you might get it. Great. So from there, here, we can go into R at the beginning, because R sometimes, you know what? Yeah, all right, I'll just do it now. Sometimes R at the beginning is the hardest. So we'll just dive in and do the hardest, and then you're just not going to worry about it. And then we'll go into it at the middle and the end, and then we'll see where we get. So let's see if we've got some questions. Why it feels like Americans have a low voice. It likes the resonances in the chest. Asians have a thin voice. Not all Asians, but generally. Okay. Oh, yay! We've got Marlene. Hi.
Hi, I'm so sorry. Yeah.
No worries at all. You're here. So excited. Hi, I'm Amy. Welcome. Yeah, that's just like a huge round of applause right now. Marlene, welcome. So, and you wanted to work with ours, correct?
Right. Yes.
Good, because we're shaping this entire thing around that just for you. Because why? Because we asked on our mailing list, and Marlene said, yeah, I'm brave enough to do this, and this is what she wants to work on, so she gets to work for free today. You are awesome.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I had some issues with my Google Hangout. I never did that before, and it
no worries.
Okay.
Thank you for persevering. It's really exciting to get to work with you. So what do you find about R particularly that you already know that you wanted to work with?
I can't hear myself what I am doing wrong, but I sense there's something there that is either too much or not right or something like that. So,
okay.
And I think since I can't hear it myself, it's kind of necessary to work on it.
Okay. Great, yeah. Well, and sometimes the trick can be that in certain circumstances, it's great. And next to other words, you know, it might be Alex had to go. It's got a big pitch meeting tomorrow. And in other words, it might be trickier to tell. So let's just go ahead and say, so we can check for me. Are you on a computer?
Yes.
Okay. Are you able to turn up the brightness on your screen at all? Because it'll be easier to see what's going on in your mouth.
Is that better?
Yay, that is better.
Okay, great.
Great. Yeah, max is great. So go ahead and say for me, he.
He.
Good, nice space. And then from there, we'll do this little hand motion, because this is the shape that we want your tongue to do. So we'll go here.
Here. Here.
Good. And then just trust that R is a tiny sound. It doesn't really need much. It's not even going to feel like you're doing hardly anything. So we'll go here,
Here.
Great.
Okay.
Yeah, again.
Here.
Nice
Here.
and open. That's great. Yeah. So for those of you who are tuning in, can you hear the difference between here and here? Can you hear the difference? Yeah? Yeah. So what you did was great. Here. Then can you hear the difference between here, what you just did, and here?
Yes.
Okay. What does it sound like to you, that second one?
It sounds more close in some way. So it's not as wide as the other one.
That's great. Yeah. I love how you just said that. So so it sounds more closed, or some might say dark, or kind of like a tube, and that's because the tongue is curling back and the lips go forward. So a couple things you can watch for are your lips going forward, and if so, have them nice and open, just like Marlene did. That was great. It was really great. So from there, let's say the word red.
Red.
Okay,
Red.
great. Yeah. So that one can be a little trickier starting at because it's the beginning. And I have a little trick for when the R is at the beginning of the word. So go for a moment back to here.
Here.
And then hold that spot. Yeah. So you need a little space between your teeth. If they're biting down, it's going to be really hard. So relax your jaw. And then we'll go that nice open thing. Here.
Here.
Good.
Here.
Great. Yeah. And from there, pause when you go to the and then we're going to morph it into red. And what'll probably happen, this is the little trick. R at the beginning of the word, we often just use our lower lip to kind of sharpen that R when it's at the beginning. We don't need to in the middle or the end, because it's already open. But if we're going to start it, we often go r, r.
R, r.
Yeah. So what we want to get away from is hearing ourselves go into the sound, and just start with r, where it's already ready. But what we can do to work up to that is we'll start with here and make sure that it's this, and we'll do this with our hand again. Here to pull the tip of our tongue down. And then we'll go here, like that.
Here. Here.
Good. So you can just use your eyes to watch it. Actually, if you click on yourself here, you'll see yourself big. Everyone out there can see you big when you're talking, because I'm doing that manually for them. But for you, you can make me big when I'm teaching, or whoever's teaching, and then you can click on you and have you big. So the first thing to look at is to make sure that you have space between your teeth when you do your he, and then that it stays there. See how you can see my upper teeth? And then it stays there when you do the here, red.
Okay, I have to click on myself.
I love it. I love that you remember it. That's awesome.
Here. Here.
Good. The next step is to go ahead and just really do this little hand motion that I'm going to do, because we're getting it's this tight up here on the knuckles. You'll notice it won't help you as much if your hand is kind of out here, or if it's not really doing anything specific. But if it's specific and right by your face, it'll really help get that shape. So we'll go here.
Here.
Good. Yeah.
So are the lips to be closer, or is it okay?
For the he, they don't. But then when you move it into the R, with the tips of your hand down, then the lower lip will come up, but you'll still have that space between your teeth. Sometimes people try and bite down and go That creates a lot of tension and the likelihood that your tongue will curl back. So just make sure that you've got that nice relaxed space. Here.
Here.
Good, good. And then we're going to go here. Do it again. Here.
Here.
Good. And we'll go, so this isn't how you pronounce here. You already had that. But we'll do he read.
He read.
Good. Again.
He read.
Good. And then relax it a little bit. It's curling up a little, your tongue. So trust that it's a tiny, tiny movement. He read.
He read.
Good. Really great. So now imagine yourself saying he and here, and then just say read.
Read.
Good. Again.
Read.
So do you hear how the first time you really did the imagining and it just came in on read? And then that time we heard a little moment of read.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Okay. Well, when you go back and watch this, you might. And it's cool because that's the big difference between when you've really got it, there isn't that moment where you hear yourself getting into it. And for people, when it's new, there's usually that moment where it's like read instead of read. So go back and we'll just do this a little bit more and then we'll move on to another kind of R. But so go back and imagine the here and get yourself into position and then go read.
Sorry. Silently, right?
Good. Yeah. Here.
Read.
Excellent. Really great. That's so good. Applause. So now we have to learn something really super important, which is victory arms. Everybody do victory arms.
Yes.
Yeah, one more time for the camera. So good, Marlene. Yeah, victory arms, straight up, straight up. Yeah, it's really important to celebrate along the way and to have your arms straight and just feel you got that. And that's a hard one. Tell them about it. Yes. Beautiful, beautiful. Red. Okay, so now we're gonna go to Kate is gonna work with you on R in the middle. And we might end up just doing one word, is totally fine.
Alrighty. Hi, Marlene. Amazing work so far. I'm so excited to start teaching you a couple of words. So the first word we're going to do is the word first. So if you can start by just beginning with the beginning of the word, we're going to sound it out, the whole thing nice and smooth. So we start with the tip of our teeth, like f for the beginning with the F. So if you could go f for me, that'd be great.
Yeah. F.
Okay, good. And so we're going to sound it out. Fur, fur,
fur, fur.
Good. So what I like about this word and having the R in the middle for this one is that we start with our tongue super relaxed when we say when we create the F sound. So it's that I'm just gonna click on my camera so I can see myself speak. So it's and then our tongue is relaxed at the bottom. But then as we transition into the R, what's great about what Amy just taught you was that the back of the R goes up a tiny bit and hits the molars, like the here. So it's a really smooth transition. There's nothing crazy going on. And then by the time that we get down to the S, it's just that the tip of the tongue goes up here to create this, and then a tap of the tongue for the T. So it's a really lovely transition with the word. So overall, it's first. Okay, so we can just start it really slow to get some of the right placement. So if you'd like to have a go for me, that would be amazing.
Okay. First.
Good job. And again for me.
First.
Good. Okay. So something else that I really love with the R and just in general with the American, add a smile to it. It's such a fun accent, and it also helps with the resonance too and getting it there because the R sounds great. It's just a little too open at the front. So and American accents as well. This is something that I had to learn as an Australian person, because my normal accent, I have so much movement in my mouth all the time. So Americans are like really, really tiny and really small in comparison, with less movement. So if we just go really close, I'm just going to go close to the camera. First, see how there's barely any movement and it's quite closed. It's not as open. So this is a really exaggerated version of what you were doing. But I saw more of a first. We don't need it to be as open. It can just be a little more closed and a little, I wouldn't say tight, because that means sometimes our brain's like, ooh, tight, and then we have unnecessary tension. So I would love it if you could give it another go and just close your mouth the tiniest bit. So it's more of that relaxed, the relaxed vibe that we want with the American accent. Can you give it a go for me?
First.
Great. Great. And again for me.
First.
Wonderful. And one more time.
First.
Great. Victory arms. Woo! So good. Oh my gosh. Amazing. That was excellent.
I bet you can do it at speed now.
Yeah. Okay. Just,
okay.
Yeah. Go for it at speed.
First. 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 First.
Let's try incorporating it in a
That
really
last
short,
one was awesome. Yeah, go ahead.
short sentence. Oh, are we? Amy, okay, cool. I was gonna say, just to get it up to speed a little more, let's just say, I was first. A really short sentence, going straight into the word.
Okay, one more time slowly, so it's...
Yeah, sure. So, first, yeah. And then
First. I was first.
Yeah, good.
I was first.
What were you? Were you 1, 2nd, 1st, 3rd?
I was first.
Good. And again.
First.
Good. I love how you stop and really think about it, because that's a really big and important part of accent work, is thinking about it and correcting yourself and figuring out the placement. So amazing work. I'm so impressed. Oh my gosh, so exciting. So Amy, do I have time for another word? Or
yeah. Let's do another word.
Cool. The other one, it's a little fun. It's hairy. So this one's a good one because, like the here, we're gonna just start with the air sound, and then we can incorporate the H that we need, and then the tongue goes back up, like in the here, but instead of the ear sound, it's air. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, great. And then as we transition from the airy, it goes into that lovely E sound, which is right back to the here, but in a different hairy. And then you keep going, hairier, but we're not going to do that. Anyway, so could you give it a go for me, and we'll see where it's at. Yeah.
So hairy for...
So just start off by going just by like releasing the sound and getting so much air in your body and your mouth and having fun with it. Just go like really relax, like you're letting go of all the tension with just the beginning, and then we move into the R sound. Okay?
Okay.
Good. And again. All right. And then we're gonna go hair. And so then the back of the tongue goes up and hits the molars. It's a really smooth transition, just like first. So just think of like that smooth, lovely movement with your tongue going from hair. And it helps if you smile a little too. Okay?
Oh.
Good. No, good. And then from that, we go into the E part of it. So the full word. So Harry. So it's super relaxed at the end.
Mm-hmm. Harry.
Good. And again.
Can you say that again, please?
Okay, sure. Okay. So slowly, it's Harry. And then a little faster, Harry. All right.
And can you, your hand, like
yes,
it helps?
Okay, of course. Mm-hmm. So I like to, my little movement for it is Harry. Because for me, the sound goes down. So that's what works for me. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Okay. Harry.
Good. And again.
Harry.
Okay, let's bring the hand up to the mouth a little more. Our brain's amazing, and the hands and the brain connect in ways that I cannot explain. Maybe Amy can, because she's quite good at doing that too. So for me, yeah, let's do it one more time. Harry. Okay.
Harry.
Okay, so with that back with the R, we're just gonna go Harry. Really relax. Like Amy said before, it's like the tiniest little transition with the R. It's not as big as we like to think. Okay.
Harry.
Good. And let's try it one more time without the hands. And then we can try bringing up to speed as well. Okay.
Sometimes doing a smaller movement helps us know that it's a little movement.
Thank you, Amy.
So one more time with the hand and then without.
Yeah.
Harry. That was a flip. One more time.
Harry. Really small. Harry.
Harry.
Good.
Is it too small now?
Good. Yeah, what helps is to keep the tips. Sometimes if we keep the tips of our fingers down, it reminds us that the tongue, the R is down. Harry.
Harry.
It's going to feel like this tiny little almost nothing. You're doing so great.
Oh my gosh, so good. So good.
Harry. Harry.
Yeah.
Harry. And there's no stress on the re, right? So it's just Harry.
Yeah.
Harry.
Great. That was so good. That just came out of the blue. Victory arms!
So great.
Really
Yeah. Doing so
So
great.
good.
Plus, you guys, she's got the pressure of knowing that there are people watching. And she's doing amazingly. I mean, I don't want to like put that, but like, yay, you.
Yes, I tried to forget that actually.
This is the same. You know, I mean, we've got 3 coaches right here. Usually it's just you and the other person. So it's this tiny little thing. You're doing so incredibly well. And what I really love about what you're doing is that you're slowing it down. A lot of times we want to get it fast because we're like, I'm smart. I can get it fast. Smart people who want to get it fast, slow it down. Because what was so awesome is you were aware, Marlene, of when you flipped it up. Yeah. For a lot of people, that takes a long time to get to know because they don't slow it down enough in the beginning that they can feel the difference. So that you really slowed it down. It might seem to some people like, oh, what is this? It's so slow or remedial. No, if you're really doing it, what happens is when it's slow, you'll notice the like the tongue wanting to go up and you can change it. And the hand helps because your mirror neurons are working for you. So when we do that and we give ourselves the time to really notice, oh, nope, and make a new pattern and keep, then the next piece, which is really important, and then we'll get to Gail, really important piece. Once you've done it, is to keep it slow enough for a while so that you can really create a new pattern, which takes time, because right now, if you were to go right back to fast, it would probably be the old way. But when you keep it slow and just really practice it, you'll naturally speed it up. You'll want to. But if you can head that off, then by the time you're speeding it up bit by bit, you can really ingrain those new patterns. So just want to applaud you there, because that's awesome. Yay. A lot of times we're just like, okay, still keep it slow. Still keep it slow. So well. I love it. All right, so now you get to work with Gail.
Oh, and hey, just before Gail jumps in, sorry, Gail.
Sorry, go ahead, Ian.
Will we have time at the end for some questions, obviously, but also for another person to jump in to show you his or her R? They are asking.
We will see. I would love that. I
Right.
would love that. And twice, I meant to introduce Ian. This is Ian, our amazing admin man of wonders.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, he's so great. So let's go ahead and do a final R with Gail, and then we'll see how we're doing. We'll answer some questions and see if we can get somebody else in to work on. I think if you pick one of those, dear person who wants to come in, if you pick one of the things to work on, we can do that. We just wouldn't be able to go through all three with you. But you can absolutely check out our website, 21accents.com, and we'll see there's lots of different ways that we can support you. And join our mailing list, and you'll know when the next one is. Awesome.
Okay. Well, I'm Gail, and when we began, we started with some of the ending R's with here, here. And so what I'd like for you to do is think about your tongue and your mouth and feel it up on the top molars and feel it on the bottom molars. Feel the back of your teeth so you have an awareness of where your tongue is in your mouth. And you can use your top molars up here as a guide. This is what I tell a lot of students. So a lot of R's and ings, the tongue gets pushed up on the throat and it gets a really sound to it. We want to open that up. So you can use your teeth here as a guide so you don't close off your throat. Okay. And so what I'd like to do is do here are, and your jaw, I call it the jaw drop. Your jaw's going to relax down on the R, and use your teeth up here to stop your tongue from going too far. So can I hear here, here, just like you did before? Here,
Here.
here, ah, R, R.
R.
Good. R. Here are. Good. So let's try with R, just with the R a little more closed, because we don't want R. We want R. R. Nice and relaxed. Here, here, R. R. Can you try that?
Here. R. Here.
Wow, that was beautiful.
Okay.
That was that.
Victory.
This woman is amazing. Yeah.
Let's link them together.
Yeah, I love your tone. You have very nice. You have very nice soft tone. It's very natural, and I'm really amazed. Yeah. Okay, so just real not too long. Let's put 3 words together. Here are more. So this is where we have a lot of problems with the or. Use your back of your tongue and your top molars as a guide. Or. See how my mouth kind of relax? Or. And my jaw kind of goes like that. Or. Yeah. So here are more. Or you might think of it as more.
Here are more.
That was beautiful. Okay. Here are more for.
Here. Here.
That's okay. Take your time.
Here are four.
More for. More for.
Here are. Oh, here are more for.
Good. And let's finish the sentence with here are.
That's so great. Yeah, I'm going to wrap that one up so that
for
we can get to some of these
you.
questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so great, Marlene. Let's give her another round of applause.
That was wonderful.
So great, victory arms.
Yes.
Thank you.
I love it. I love it.
Dankeschön, Marlene.
Dankeschön, yeah.
Oh, no. Bitteschön, danke.
Feel free to stay on if you want, and if you click up top for the mute, you can just mute yourself and you can still work, and then, or you can go off and watch it, whatever you prefer, and then we'll bring in this new person who wanted to work a little bit as well. So Ian, if they have the link, we'll go ahead and work with this person, and in the meantime, I will look at some of these questions. So great, so great. Okay, so somebody was talking about the resonance. Somebody felt like American resonates lower in the voice than a lot of Asian dialects, and I would say that's true. A lot are resonating higher. So it doesn't mean necessarily, well, I would just say it's relaxed more into down in the throat. So yeah. And placement of American English is different. Okay. Thanks, Elaine. Good to meet you. Big fan, so sweet. Hi, Rye. Yay! Good to see you, Riza. Gotten to work with him a few times. So great. Awesome. So if anyone else has any questions, feel free to ask. And while we're waiting, go ahead and do that final sentence with Marlene there, Gail. And you're still muted.
Okay, thank you. All right, well, Marlene, it was, here are more for you. Here are more for you. And let's see if we can just do it a little more quickly, but think about where your tongue is on your teeth so you don't push it up too much, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So here are more for you. Here.
Here are more for you. I think the four was
good.
Yeah.
It was okay.
Let's work on linking them together. So we tend to not put them in separate boxes, but to say, here are.
Here are more for you.
Yeah, so you can just start with the first two words if you want. We'll keep it small, and then we can add on.
Here.
Okay, Marlene. Oh,
sorry.
It's okay. Go ahead. Go ahead. Here are.
Here are. Oh, that was too much. Here are. Here are. Ah. Okay.
Yeah, linking it together. Yeah. So think about your tongue here, and when you go into R, your tongue leaves your teeth because you're going R, R. Here are.
Here are. Here are.
Good.
Good, and then focus on the
more
vowel.
for.
Yeah.
Here are more for you.
There you go. There you go. Nice.
Great. She's doing
Nice.
such a great
Yeah.
job. Yeah,
Yes.
it's 21 accents. And thank you, Gail. Thank you. And Gail
Thank you.
is great. She is doing she's got a lot of training in ESL. So if that's for you, if you're a beginner, you're still working with your American particularly, she can do that, or you're still working with your English, she can do that with the 21 accents techniques to look at pronunciation as well. So something we do a little differently here at 21 Accents is we like to teach it the way that people speak. So it might not, sometimes we go in and we say, oh, that's correct, but it's not the way people speak. So so getting that nice fluid sound. I think we'll just take this question from Rye, and then we're gonna have to wrap it up here because we've already gone about 15 minutes over. So then if anyone else, if you'd like to join another time, now that it looks like you're getting the app installed or the driver installed, that's great. And you can join our mailing list on 21 Accents and you'll be able to sign up to work with us on the next one. So Rye was asking, how can one learn how to hear the difference between retroflex R and the bunched American R? I love it, bunched. Oh, great. Hi.
Hi.
And how do I pronounce your name, dear?
Maybe you can call me Lion.
Lion?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hi, Lion. It's great to see you. Thanks for joining us today.
Okay.
I'm going to answer this question really quickly that was answered, and then we'll get to you and we'll get to work with you for a few minutes. Okay. I'm so glad you could join us. Yay! Yay for bravery. For Lion the brave. So what he's talking about, retroflex, is the curled versus, or it usually ends up, you'll hear it being darker, versus that's the difference. So some things you can look for are if your lips are going a little bit forward, and then your tongue it's this little thing where when our lips go forward, our tongue goes back. I don't know why. That's just what I've noticed from everyone. So that's something you can look for, but then how you can hear it is Marlene was describing, it feels a little bit more closed than the wide sound, the versus or feeling more closed. It also, to me, it feels darker, and yeah. So and another way you can tell is you can just look in your mirror or look in something to see, are you literally, can you see the tip of your tongue down, or is it curling back? So those are some ways that you can tell. All right, Lion, what would you like to work with most here?
So I just want to work on my R.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. So let's say for me, here, let's see. He really loves R's.
He really loves R.
Good. Great. And then link it together. He really loves R's.
He really loves R.
It's great. Sounded good. Okay, let's do red roses are great.
Red roses are great.
Okay, great. And then link it together. Red roses are great.
Red roses are great.
Okay, awesome. So here's where I get to work with the word are, for example. Yes, if I'm just saying that word as in you are, then I would say are. But normally, it's not an important word. It's not one that I would emphasize. So instead of saying are, I'd say red roses are great. Or great.
Are great.
Yeah, roses are great.
Roses are great.
Good. So then we'll link it together. Roses are great.
Roses are great.
Good. Again, roses are great.
Roses are great.
Awesome. And now we get to look at the rhythm. You're doing so well. Let's do a victory arms for you.
Thank you.
Victory arms. That's you too. Are you doing it? I can't tell because you're on your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, straight up, straight arms. Yeah, it feels different. You notice like we don't want to do this. Our arms are bent all the time, but it feels really different. Everyone can try it at home. It feels really different when you allow yourself to have your arms straight up in a V. Yeah, it feels different, doesn't it? It's great. Okay, so can you hear the rhythmically? You're going, roses are great. Bop, 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 bop. Now let's shift that into roses are great. Like take your hand and we're just going to do an arc in the air. Roses are great.
Roses are great.
Again?
Roses are great.
So can you hear that it's going, roses are great a little bit? See if you can smoothen it out. Roses are great.
Roses are great.
And let's extend the vowels a little bit. Roses are great.
Roses are great.
So can you hear that you're stopping the sound in between the words and it's still sounding kind of edgy?
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear the difference between roses are great and roses are great?
Yeah, it's really hard for me to like, link the words together.
Great, that's an advanced note. It's an advanced thing, so it's cool that you're advanced. And that's the next territory for you. So that's what you can work on the most, is keeping that sounding really fluid. And doing this kind of a movement can help with that. Let's start with, yeah, roses are great. So we'll start with yeah, with your hand moving back. Yeah, roses are great.
Yeah, roses are great.
Mm-hmm. And then we'll sing it a little bit more. Yeah, roses are great.
Are great.
Again, we were kind of talking on top of each other. One more time.
Okay, roses are great. Roses are great.
That last one. Yeah, roses are great.
Roses are great.
Yes, good job. That was awesome. That was so awesome. Great. And that is all we have time for today. But feel free, if you want to sign up for our mailing list and you'll know when the next one is. You can be the one who comes in first. Or there's lots of different ways that we can work with you at 21 Accents if you're interested.
Okay.
So awesome job, everybody. Big hand for Marlene. And big victory arms. One more victory arms, yes. And for Lion, awesome. Loving it. Thank you all so much, and we hope to see you soon. Take care.